What is up? It's a Figure Hunter, and today is the third video in a four-part series on some body transformation that I've gone through, the DEXA scan. Today, we're going to talk about the ZozoFit ZozoSuit, which is a body scan suit for $99 that I think is super helpful for losing weight or body transformation along the way. And then the last video to come out in the next day or two is like what nutritional changes I went through. So over the last couple of months and even the last sort of like 4 or 5 months, I've just been focused on dialing in nutrition, working out harder, and each of these videos relates to how you can see your changes coupled with the changes that I've been able to see myself. And that's why the nutrition thing for what I did, I'm just going to share just as an FYI. So over the last few months or a couple of months, I've lost 8.5 pounds of body fat, and I put on 2.1 pounds of muscle mass, as well as gained bone density. And each of these components, so check out the other videos for the DEXA scan. I have an abbreviated one of the overview, as well as an in-depth one from the technician himself, sharing the facts of the whole DEXA scan report. Today, we're going to talk about the ins and outs of the ZozoFit ZozoSuit. I did a full review of this like 6 months ago, and so it's perfect so we can see how this shows a transformation and change. And if you are new to the channel, this channel is focused on testing and tracking devices for CrossFit high-intensity interval training, but also wellness and recovery and holistic, health. I really try to take an objective and comparative view to say, like, not just like this device offers this feature, but how does that feature actually really compete with other features that are out there? And all these videos are kind of no frills. We're not going to have a lot of background music and fancy transition. I just really want to get the content out. So what is the ZozoFit? Now, we all remember measuring our biceps, our chest, our waist, our legs with this tape measure system. And the ZozoFit, in one 2-minute scan, basically does away with all that. You get like a thing to hold your phone, but it's just basically a top and a bottom, and it is super tight, super uncomfortable. I had my son shoot part of this video, and he literally screwed up the video because he was laughing so much seeing me in the suit. So you're going to see me in the suit in a second. I'm just going to walk through 2 simple things. One, we're going to look at like the basics for like how to set up the surrounding and sort of what I've done to, make use of the suit, or like when I do my shots and get a good scan. And then the most important part is we're going to look at the results of recent. You can see like a 1-month change and how it shows and displays you the change in the app. We're going to see like the 6-month change, and boom, how it really does add significant value when you're going through a body transformation. It is fully worth the $99, and I have like a discount code from the company that you can use in the description below. So with that, let's talk about what it is a little bit, just a little overview, hands-on. You'll see me in the suit. This is the ZozoSuit, ZozoFit suit. So it comes in this little thing. I keep mine in there because you're going to want to keep it handy. So it's got like this thing. We'll look at it on me, embarrassingly so, in a second. So it's got a top and a bottom. They're super tight, and it's got this little stand. So the little stand pops up. The things that I recommend for you that makes this useful is just always do it in somewhat of a controlled lighting where you are not going to have changing like sunlight or low light. You just have always like the same overhead lights. You don't want to have, it tells you like whole instructions on what to not watch for. You want to have like a full space. Like it says 6 feet, but you're going to hold your arms out and you don't want to be bumping into anything. So you want to have like a space 6 feet from where you're going to set the phone. So you're going to pop this up, and then you're going to take your phone. It's going to be facing away from you, so a camera towards you, and it just sits like that. And then it'll like tell you to check, and we'll look at it in half a second. And it'll like, you'll stand like this and you'll rotate around. So I'm going to get in the suit, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so this is what the suit looks like. Obviously, it's super embarrassing. You're not going to feel super proud of yourself when you put this on. The thing about it, though, is you want to, I sort of try to straighten out every little piece so that it's just like always catching the dots as perfectly as possible. Again, you want to stand 6 feet out. You want to have the light however they tell you. Like I think it's front-facing light. You don't want to have any back-facing light. Or maybe it's the opposite, back-facing light, not front-facing. But the best thing about the ZozoFit suit is in between like DEXA scans, like to track progress, you can do it like once a month. And you can track progress over and over to see like trend lines, because the lighting's never going to be totally perfect. So it's nice to have like a snapshot once a month so you can see progress. I'm going to go through, you'll see like a time lapse of what it looks like when you do it, just for fun. All right, so that's the suit. That's the sort of the simple, but the bottom line is like what you're about to see on this scan. I think is super cool because it takes like 2 minutes of your life and it actually gives a great pinpoint in time of your whole body. So let's take a look. All right, so this is the way it looks when you first go in. It gives you blue and orange for what might have changed. So blue went down in size and orange went up in size, as well as the white is just unchanged in size. And you can rotate it all the way around. It's still, I mean, I still think, I like skinnier than that. But either way, it's going to give you that. And there's some way to change it back so you get back to the full stats. I just switch between body fat percentage. And the body fat percentage is never right on this thing. So it says 18.1. I was 13.5 by a deep scan. So it's just looking at changes, and it's not going to be that accurate. The first time I took a measurement was like 18.1 or 18.4, and I was 17.5. So it really hasn't tracked that accurately. But one of the cool things, number one, when you go into a mesh, look on the bottom, which says September 25th, comparing to previous scan. So this is compared to a previous scan like a month before that. You can see that the blue areas went down in size, the orange areas went up in size, and there was no change. So that doesn't always give you clear direction, but you can go to the top right in the color metric. And the color metric will show what went up and down, and the blue areas went down and the orange areas went up. So I think this is awesome because my upper right arm went up and my right thigh went up in size. And that is really cool because if you look at the measurement differences, look at my upper right arm, 13.9, and now look at my upper left arm, 13.8. So now my right arm is the same size or caught up. So this color metric, this difference is change. But the thigh, my right thigh, because that's where I had surgery, ACL reconstruction, it is now caught up a little bit. So like, yeah, not a lot. This is like a 1 month reading. It's caught up a little bit. So then you go to what I think is the coolest. Now this shows your 1 month changes, what body transformation. And it's not like perfect. Let's be clear. It shows your body transformations over a month-to-month cycle. So you can see like where you strengthened certain parts of your body or that got bigger in size. But on the very bottom, where it says 18.1% body fat, the only way I know of to change, to go back to the first scan, is I click down on the body fat percentage, and it shows me this little chart here. This doesn't matter to me because the body fat percentage on the ZozoSuit is not accurate. It's one of the things that's just not accurate about it. So look on the bottom right, or I'm sorry, the middle right, where it says previous, down 0.4%. And you see that date, August 26, 2023. So that was the previous, so a 1 month scan. So now we're going to go back to April 24th. And you can see the complete change by color metric. You can see the fat loss. You can see the measurement differences. But the bottom line is you can see the visual measurement differences from fat loss, from body transformation. This is like a 6 month snapshot. You can see it a little bit on the 1 month snapshot because I did lose weight in that time period. But here you can see the power of this ZozoSuit. It's like all blue, like up across the top where my fat was held. Not sure what's going on with my left thigh, and I'm not sure why my right calf looks so like that really got strong. But everything else across the whole body, went down in size, and that's where you can see the difference. So like you look at the default mesh, compared to the first scan, and again, the body fat's all wrong. It can show like they're all blue, but that's not as cool as the color metric. Color metric is like, dang, you really transformed everything, or you made a big difference across the board. So this is the value of the ZozoSuit. It's not from body fat percentage. It's from visually seeing transformation in your body by the culmination of multiple different areas and the color metrics. All right, so there you have it. That is the ZozoSuit. I always forget to say this, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing for more. It does help out the video. But the bottom line with the ZozoSuit is it is a simple way to track like on a monthly basis. So I do think in this whole comprehensive 4-part series, this is the third, you know, the comprehensive analysis of what a DEXA scan is and how much value it adds and an in-depth view of your body composition, makeup, bone density, fat percentage, muscle mass, weight. That's really valuable. ZozoSuit is also equally valuable if you're really trying to change, because you can track 1 month progress, and you can do 1 million of these scans. You can, you know, you can do it as much as you want, but it's just a simple way that you only pay one time and you can do a whole bunch of scans, and it gives you a trackable, measurable, concrete solution. And then the fourth video that's coming out in the next day or two is just what nutrient changes I did. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a specialist in those things, but I was able to carve off 9 pounds of fat and add 2 pounds of muscle and some bone density on top. So I'll just at least share what I've done. So with that, that is the ZozoFit ZozoSuit scan, sort of long-term-ish review. It's the Figure Hunter. Thanks so much for watching.